Hello, my name is Tyler James, and today we're going to talk about a dissected cow's eye. So first, let's talk about the eye. So the eye is what they consider as a special sense, which helps with vision. It's also considered a visual sense organ. So first, we'll talk about the outside of the eye, or what they consider the fibrous tunic area of the eye, which is tough and thick. So first, we're going to have this. So I kind of cut mine so that I can show you better. So the whites around the eye is called the sclera. And this portion right here that's kind of falling out of my hand, this is going to be the cornea. So most of the time the cornea is very clear, but seeing that I did a cow that had, it's been deceased, it's a little cloudy, almost like someone with glaucoma. So then you have what they call the vascular tunic, which is usually devoted to the blood vessels of the eye. So you have things in there like the iris and the pupil. So the iris, which usually within a human's eye or anybody else's eye that's alive, that's usually where you see the color in your eye. That would be the round portion around your eye. See the brown, blue, green, gray, so on and so on. And then the hole in the center would be considered the pupil. And with the iris, it helps with light coming in. So the more light it needs, it opens up. When it wants to get a little less light, it kind of closes. Hopefully you can see that a little better. Also within the vascular tunic, you have what they call the ciliary bodies and the choroids. But, we're not going to talk about that too much right now. So then you have the neural tunic or the retina, is usually heard as the retina. It's a thin layer with neurologic cells. It also has something called the pigmented layer and the neural layer. But the two things we're going to touch topics on, we're going to talk about the optic nerve first. So this little ending on the end of the eyeball, on the end of the posterior side of the eyeball, that's going to be the optic nerve. Now on the inside of the eye, which is kind of hard for me to show. So the optic disc is where the optic nerve exits the eye. It's also known as the blind spot. So I don't know if you can really see me push it, but that little area right there, little shiny area right there, that's usually going to be considered the optic disc. And we don't see anything from that point because it's not possible. So then you have the internal structures of the eyeball. Move you over a little bit. Right. So your internal structures of the eyeball, which has something connected to it called vitreous humor, is going to be the lens. So I'll show you the vitreous humor, then I'll show you the lens. So the vitreous humor is a gel-like substance made up of protein and water, and it helps with the interocular pressure. Actually, no, sorry. It's around the lens. It's a clear mixture of protein and water, and it helps light to pass through the lens. So let me see. I'm going to try to take this off of the lens. So there you go. Little jelly-like substance. It's going to be the vitreous humor. And then this little thing here, that's going to be the lens. And fun fact, if you were to use this on a newspaper, it would come out like a magnifying glass. It's soft on the outside and very hard on the inside. As they like to say in school, it's like an onion. I kind of don't know how that relates, but I'll go with it. All right. So here you have the posterior chamber of the eye. Oh, where's my anterior? Well, kind of cut my anterior portion of the eye. So, the anterior portion of the eye where the sclera is and all that. And also something, when you cut the cornea, which I've already done, sorry, but something else, when you cut the cornea, you have something that comes out called aqueous humor. So aqueous humor is the one that gives the eye pressure, or some people like to call it intraocular pressure. And once you cut out the aqueous humor, your eyeball will kind of flatten because, like I said, it gives the pressure and helps with the shape. So, I think I've technically covered everything that I needed to cover. And I hope you all enjoyed. I'm going to clean this up because, yeah, so like I said before, the tissue that was around the eyeball, the cornea over here, oh, that's the back of the eye that's rolling away, the iris and the pupil, the lens, which is very small to see on this tray, the vitreous humor, which is the gel-like substance, and somewhere around here I have aqueous humor, but kind of dried up before I finish. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope you all learned something. Thank you for your time. Again, my name is Tyler James, and this was the aftermath of my cow eye dissection. Thank you.